Hey, what's up everybody? Hey, my name's Bill, aka Billy Goat, and today I'm working in the shop and I'm going to replace the pulleys on this 2017 Toro Timemaster. Now, I've had this mower since 2020. I bought it used and I've put 550 hours on it, and I've replaced the pulleys a couple of times. So this winter I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade the pulley system to the commercial version that's on the Turfmaster and Exmark commercial mowers. So let's get into it. Alright, this is usually what happens. The pulley, the bearings end up blowing out, and this will come off and basically get the timing of the belt at a time, and it's just a mess, you know, especially when it damages the blades, and I'll show you that here in a couple minutes. But yeah, this I replaced this not too long ago. It didn't actually last long. This might have been one where I actually replaced the bearings. You know, like I said, I've been replacing these on and off over the last couple of years, so this one didn't last as long as I expected. Once they blow out, you know, the bearings and everything go all over the place. So, and then before that one, this one here was the one before that one. This one's more my fault. I should have replaced this way before this. You can see where, you know, the plastic was just disintegrating, where you could see the threads of the bolts and stuff like that, and then it just got to the point where it just busted and it blew out all everywhere. So, and you can see on this one here, you can see where it's starting to really wear real bad. So I should have took the advice from Tony's Lawn Care. He suggested that, you know, because these caps, they don't fit on here like super tight, and they come off, and I think that's what happened on that one. He says just take a glue gun and put some hot glue on there and pop those on there, and then you won't have to worry about those coming off. But unfortunately, I didn't take his advice, and I think this one blew out a little bit quicker than I expected. Like I mentioned before, sometimes what ends up happening is when the belt jumps because the bearings blow out, or the pulley, the blades will hit, and when they hit, they just tear up the ends of the blade, and basically they're trash. So I'm going to have to take these off and replace them with new ones, and depending on the price of a new one, I mean, you can, you know, I think at Home Depot they might be around $40 a set now. I don't know. I know, you know, online you might be able to get them cheaper, around the $30 mark, but still it's another expense, just because the you know, of a bearing that's only a few dollars blows out, and you end up destroying your blades as well. So, and not to mention, you know, sometimes it'll even your belt, you know, the belt itself will snap. So it can be a pretty costly repair. This repair is fairly simple. Whenever you work on lawnmowers, always pull the boot off the spark plug, just for safety reasons. So always get in the habit of that, because you never know what might happen. But this way you won't have to worry about the engine starting while you're working on it. So we're going to just go through, and we're going to take off the all the hardware that we're going to replace. And what we do is first is, you know, you don't do it in a specific order, but we're going to take off the old pulley here. Now these are 1/2-inch bolts on here, so you can quickly get those off. and disregard those parts. And here's the adjustment bracket. Now there's two 1/2-inch bolts on here as well. One, there's one back here and one right here. The bracket slides, so this is your adjustment, and this slides up and down when you tighten or loosen the tension on your belt. So we'll take those out. And then next is the gotta take the adjustment bolt out. That's a need a 1/2-inch for that, and use a 1/2-inch wrench. Take this out. Now, some people say you don't have to buy the whole kit. You can use the existing bracket. I'm not sure if you can or not. They say you can, but I can't say 100%. But it is the bracket on the commercial version is slightly different. So you just have to take that and. I'm not sure, maybe somebody in the comments can say if you can use the old bracket or not. And then take that out, and this whole piece should come out. And just if there's any dirt or grime in there, I'll clean that up real quick with the air compressor. All right, here's the kit that I purchased. The kit is the number, I believe it's an X mark number. It's a 126-7890. So this is what it comes with. It comes with all the hardware, and the pulleys and such. And like most of us, you get the directions that come with it, so it's always a good idea to look over the instructions. But a lot of us we just wing it. So, but I'll try to refer to the instructions a little bit, so that we do it more as far as if the factory what they recommend. So, and as far as this here, they give you the warnings. If you're in California, just be a little hesitant putting this upgrade on here, because it does contain some kind of known chemicals that cause cancer and birth defects. So be conscious of that. So, and then the other is take the like I say, take the spark plug boot off of there. So. Like I say, always safety first. So. And let's see, and then they give you in the instructions, the parts breakdown, and then the steps. We've already did the removal of the hardware, so we're going to get into installing the new pulleys. So, and it's basically just saying here to assemble well, I'll show you the parts. To assemble basically the bracket, which is already pretty much it. That's like the first couple steps there, is to actually assemble this, but this has already been assembled. So, and you can see if I get the other bracket, you can see that there is a difference slightly with this, here where this is flat and this is, a little bit different. I don't know if that, makes a difference if you're just buying the pulleys, but I'm just going to go ahead and just put the new bracket on there. So, and to put it on, it's, you're just reversing everything. So we're going to just put this in here like the other bracket was, and in the hardware there should be 2 of those bolts that you put in that makes the the bracket slide. So you just put those. I'm going to use all the new hardware, and I'll keep the old hardware for spare. So now I'll go ahead and put these in. All right, the bolts that we just put in here, they actually do have a torque specification, and on the directions it's saying 99 to 121 inch-pounds. Now, I don't have a inch-pound torque wrench, but what you can do is you can convert it to foot-pounds. So that would be a quick, what you do is you divide it by 12. So so you're looking at around 8 to 10 pounds, foot-pounds. So I set that on the torque wrench, and then I can just torque them down with that. You just don't want to, you want to make sure that after you tighten them down, to make sure it does slide back and forth, because if you don't get the just right, it might cause it to not slide freely. So double check that to make sure, because you don't want to over tighten these, because this is cast steel. The deck's cast steel, and the other frame is cast aluminum, and if you over tighten them, you could strip them out. So don't over tighten them. All right, next we'll gotta move the belt here. Yeah, I think it's on this. Yeah, it's on that side, and we're gonna be putting on the other pulley assembly, and which is strange that Toro doesn't specify a replacement bearing. If you wanted to get a new pulley or just the bearing, you have to get the whole pulley. But these are interchangeable, so because it has the little lock ring there. And another strange thing is the bearing that they use for this heavy duty version is the same bearing that they put in the cheap version. So that's kind of strange. So I don't know if we can see the number here. The number is actually a a 6203 bearing, which is equivalent to 17 millimeter by 40 millimeter by 12 millimeter. So it's nice to order a couple of those from Amazon or wherever you can get your bearings. So instead of replacing the whole thing, you could just replace the bearing. Now when you assemble this, it's got this some kind of spacer piece on here. You put that on, and let's see, I think it goes like this, I believe. And then you have a washer, and then the bolt. And screw that in there. And this also has a torque setting on there. And by the instructions, it's saying 144 to 176 inch-pounds, which is equivalent to about 12 to 14 foot-pounds. So we'll just go ahead and torque that in. And then again, like you say, you don't want to over tighten these things because it's cast steel, so you want it snug but not super tight. So, and then it's got these nice steel caps instead of those cheap plastic caps. Let's pop those on there. Definitely in there a lot tighter than those plastic ones. All right, next we're going to be installing the adjustment screw. You'll have the bolt here. You put the washer, and then you have this spring washer on there, and then you stick it back through, and then on the other side you have the lock nut. I have a hard time getting it started. And then start tightening that up. I've always been wanting to get a ratchet, a cordless ratchet. Make this job and these jobs here a lot easier and quicker, but I'll just speed up the video to get through these, tighten this up. I did forget one thing. Before I tighten this up, loosen it back up. And the reason is we need to set our timing for our blades. Alright, it took me a few minutes, but because I had to end up loosening this all back up so I could jump the teeth on the sprocket here. But there's a hole. I bet you take the hole around 9 o'clock, and you know, you put the a screwdriver there, and then on this one over here, it's at the 6 o'clock position. There's stick that down, and what that does is it sets the timing for your blade. So we'll verify the timing once I get this tightened up, and it should be set. So, but if not, I might have to, you know, jump the tooth one way or the other. All right, that's pretty good. So I'll go ahead and adjust or tighten up the belt. A lot of us don't know this when we adjust or tighten up the belt. I mean, most of us want to, you know, not over tighten the belt, but, you know, have it not super tight, but, you know, have a little bit of you know, a little bit of play. So, but there is actually based on the instructions, there's actually a setting that you set it at, and it's the distance between here, you know, right here, should be anywhere from what they're saying 5 to 30 thousandths. So I'm going to set it at 15. I'll be in the middle. I'll set it at 15 thousandths. That's about 15 thousandths right there. And that seems, you know, it's not super tight, but it's on the snug side. So I'll just I'll keep it there. So that's good to know. You know, if you're trying to figure out, you know how to set your tension on your belt there. So, because, you know, you don't want it too loose to where it's you know, could possibly, you know, jump a tooth, and you definitely don't want it too tight to where it puts so much stress on the belt that it could, you know, break. So, alrighty, I think that's it as far as the installation of the pulley, you know, the updated pulley. So what I'll do is I'll, you know, if there's anything more than this, I'll you know, I'll let you know at the end of this video. But I think this is it. So I'll put the cover back on, and I'll bring it outside and let it run. But I'll put a new set of blades on there first. So, all right, hopefully you learned something from this video, and appreciate you watching, and we'll check you out in the next video. See ya.